and basically few people left. You recall that?
Yes.
Now that call which had come in, had the police been able to trace it?
Yes. That call was traced somewhere by the service provider to a house in Romveld.
It was traced to a house in Rumvelt.
Yes.
Yes. And was anyone arrested?
Yes. The person was arrested.
A person.
Yeah, a person was arrested.
Do you know a name?
I cannot recall the name at this time.
But we would like to know. Can you get that?
I would have to go back to the station records with the assistance of the
It's a man or a woman?
man. From all indication, he was the nephew, I think, of a public servant.
A.
Public servant who is a female.
Who is the?
A female public servant.
And do you know where that public servant worked?
That public servant at the time was a deputy PS to Ministry of Trade, I think.
To
To
the
a ministry.
of Trade?
I can recheck on that.
Okay.
Cannot recall fully.
You said he was a nephew
Relative.
or a relative?
Of a deputy permanent secretary.
Yes.
Now, sir, I want to take you forward a bit to about 3 to 4 o'clock on that same day.
Madam, before you
Sorry,
proceed,
sure.
let me ask you, Mr. Thomas.
Yes, Commissioner.
You told us of an arrest, but then what? I mean, this was still your district.
Yes.
So do you know what happened subsequent to the
Yes.
arrest?
That person was put on bail
Yes?
by the commando, me.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm unable to say at this stage what transpired thereafter.
You don't know?
No, because I was removed from being the commander of that division.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm going to take you back to about 3 to 4 o'clock that day. And around that time, were you back in office at Brickdam?
Yes, I was in office at Breakdown.
And did you then receive a telephone call
Yes, I did receive a telephone call.
from whom?
Senior Superintendent Azor.
And is this the same senior superintendent, Azor, who you
Yes.
had previously described as being the next in line after you in rank?
Yes, correct.
Did he advise you of anything?
Yes.
What
Yeah.
was that?
He advised me that he was told by Miss Roxton Myers, the Deputy Chief Immigration Officer, that a very important announcement,
Immigration officer? Election?
election officer,
Yeah.
sorry, a very important announcement is to be made.
And was there a request
Yes.
coming along with that?
He requests some additional police rank.
And did you in turn give any instructions?
Yes. I told him to use the available resource he has at his disposal.
And did you return to Ashman's yourself?
Yes, I returned there thereafter.
Now, I forgot to ask you this. Senior Superintendent Azor, can you recall what his first name is?
Philip also.
When you returned to Ashman's that afternoon, did you receive any information?
Yes. I received information that Mr. Clement Mingo had made a declaration.
When you say a declaration, what you're talking about?
Well, he would have said something I'm unable to exactly the word that he said.
No, I mean a declaration in the elections?
Yes.
Okay.
Declaring Region 4 results.
Okay. And when you returned to Ashman's, did you see any commissioners there, any GCOM commissioners?
Yes, I saw 3 GCOM commissioners.
Who were they?
Miss Bibi Shiddiq, now deceased, Mr. Rosenberg, and Mr. Says Gunraj.
And did you observe whether there were any police officers there at Ashman's building?
Yes, there were police officers minding the doors at Ashman building.
So, did you inquire as to how they now came to be manning the doors of Ashman's building
Yes,
as opposed to the earlier arrangement?
from my observation, those police officers were strategically placed at doors.
And did you find out who had given them instructions to man those doors?
I did, and it was Senior Superintendent Azur.
Thomas, is this information that was relayed to you by these officers that Mr. Senior Superintendent Azuz
Yes,
detailed them?
yes, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Now, let's just step back a bit. You said that when you got there, you heard that a declaration had been made in the elections by Mr. Clement Mingo. Had you known Mr. Mingo before?
Not personally, but by seeing him on television.
Okay. And do you know what role he was performing at Ashman's building on that day?
Yes, he was the returning officer for Region 4.
Thank you. At any time, did you speak to Mr. Mingo that day?
No.
Now, did you make inquiries as to the ranks or the officers there, what instructions exactly they had received from Senior Superintendent Azor?
Well, the instruction was clear to me that he gave them to man the door, preventing persons at GCOM, mostly political party representative, from entering certain areas.
Certain areas of Ashman's building?
That's correct.
And you got this information after speaking to members of your ranks?
Yes.
Can you now remember any names in particular to whom you spoke?
Yes. I remember one female was placed at the door. Her name is Wilford. I recall that.
Wolford?
Yes.
And she was one of the persons who gave you information about those instructions from Senior Superintendent
Yes.
Azor?
Correct.
Are you familiar with the name Zulfikar Mustafa?
Yes. Mr. Zulfikar Mustafa is,
Had you known him before?
yes,
And how had you known him? In what capacity?
a main political figure, very active political figure.
And when you went to Ashman's that afternoon, did you see Mr. Mustafa there?
Yes, I saw him there.
Did you speak with him?
Yes, I spoke with him.
And what did he say to you, if anything?
He told me that he's trying to serve a notice to GCOM official, and the police ranks are preventing him from doing so.
And did he show you any document?
Yes, he showed me a document.
And what did it appear to you to be?
It appeared to me to be a notice, which I did not actually read the full content of it.
Okay. And having showed you this document, did you give any instructions to your ranks?
Yes. I immediately give instructions for the ranks to open all doors so that the representative can have access to persons who they want to contact.
And those persons would have been GCOM officials?
Correct.
Now, at around that time, did you see the CEO of GCOM?
No, I did not.
Did you see Mr. Mingo?
No, I did not.
Did you see the chairman?
Yes, I saw the chairman trying to make our way out of the building.
Was she accompanied by anyone?
She was accompanied by the police, and Azor was one of that person.
Were you able to speak to her?
No, I did not.
Now, you told us earlier that you had seen 3 GCOM commissioners there. Did you speak to the GCOM commissioners?
Not the 3 of them together. Subsequently, I spoke to one of them.
And which one was this?
Mr. C.S. Godraj.
And what was the nature of your conversation?
That stemmed from where Miss Roxanne Myers were trying to evict persons from GCOM's building.
Okay. Now, this Roxanne Myers about whom you speak, was this the same Deputy Chief Election Officer who had been at the meeting in February 2020?
Yes.
So tell us a bit more about this. You said that she was trying to evict persons from the building. Tell me exactly what occurred. What did you see? What did you hear?
It started off with Miss Roxanne Myers was up on the upper floor, or the first floor, from the ground floor.
Right. Was she saying anything?
Yeah, she was saying that they need to vacate the building. People need to vacate the building.
And was she giving a reason for wanting people out of the building?
No reason was given at the time.
Was she speaking in a soft voice, a loud voice? How was she speaking?
She was shouting in an aggressive manner.
Now, you just told us that she wanted people out of GCOM building. When you say that, you mean the Ashman's building?
Ashman building.
So after Ms. Myers started shouting about wanting people out of the building, you had a conversation with GCOM Commissioner Gunraj?
Yes, I did.
Before that.
Sure.
You heard Miss Myers shouting. Do you recall what she was saying to the persons who were there, whom she wanted out?
She wanted everyone there to get out.
No, she couldn't have been saying that. What I'm speaking about direct language. Do you remember what she said?
She said, I want you all out of the building.
I want you all out of the building.
Yes.
Do you recall her also saying, I want to close up the place?
Yes, she said that.
So having heard that, you had a conversation with GCOM Commissioner Gunraj, and this was in relation to what?
Securing statement of poll and election-related materials.
Now, did Ms. Myers remain on the upper floor while you were there?
She came down to the lower floor.
And when she came down to the lower floor, did she have any interaction at all with the commissioner who was there?
The commissioner was trying to get over to her that
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Commissioner was trying to.
Commissioner Sears Gunraj was trying to get over to Ms. Roxanne Myers that they need to protect the statement of work, to secure it.
And what was Ms. Myers' response?
Ms. Myers actually did not pay any attention to Mr. Gunraj's concern. She was more inclined to getting people out of the office.
And when you say she was more inclined to getting people out of the office, was she speaking? Was she moving people out of the way? What was she doing?
She engaged the police to get people out of the building.
In your statement, which was put in evidence this morning, you say that she was shouting
Yes.
and she said, "You all need to get out from here."
Yes.
And then you followed that by saying, "I was in uniform." I assume that meant police uniform
Yes, Commissioner.
at all material times.
Yes, Commissioner.
Did you understand from the "you all need to get out from here" that that remark was also directed to you?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
So, having shouted at you all that you needed to get out of there, did you observe anyone enter the building?
Yes. Well, before that, Ms. Myers was in a conversation with Deputy Commissioner Graham, indicating within my hearing, indicated to her that Thomas is not complying, with Thomas, the Assistant Commissioner, is not complying with the instruction to get out, people out of the building.
One minute,
so-
Mr. Thomas. You said she was in conversation with Deputy Commissioner. Where was Deputy Commissioner?
At headquarters, by phone.
So you assumed she was speaking to him.
No, I know she was speaking because I heard.
You heard her speaking to someone.
Ms. Graham, I know for a fact, because the conversation was that long that I could have tell you that I could have be certain that it was Ms. Graham because something happened thereafter.
Okay,
You recognize Ms. Graham's voice?
Yes.
that's great.
Yes, so before I asked you if you saw anyone enter Ashman's building and you said...
Sorry, one moment. What was the complaint? That
Thomas.
Thomas was not complying with her instructions to get
Yes.
people out of the building?
Yes. And she requested also.
Were you answerable to Ms. Meyer?
No.
Thank you.
Yes, so Ms. Myers had a conversation with Deputy Commissioner Graham on the telephone. And from what you've said, you were able to hear what was said during that telephone conversation. And Ms. Myers was making a complaint about you.
Yes.
Now, did you hear what Deputy Commissioner responded to her?
No.
After this conversation took place, did you see anyone enter Ashman's building?
Yes. Before that, Azor, Senior Superintendent Azor, was seen coming to my direction towards Miss Roxanne Myers.
Now, had you asked Senior Superintendent Azor to come to Ashman's building?
He was there, but I didn't ask him for any assistance at the time,
Okay.
or give him any instruction to do anything.
And did he reach Ms. Myers?
No. After making face-to-face contact with me, he diverted.
Do you know where he went?
No. I know he was still somewhere around in the
Okay.
building.
Did you see any members of the police special branch that afternoon at Ashman's building?
Yes, approximately 8.
And had you requested or had you called out members of the police special branch?
No, I did not.
Did you confirm with any of those persons that they were in fact from the special branch?
Yes. My action since that I was still in charge of that security, my intention or I attempted to evict them out of the building. Those 8 persons.
Who was the head of special branch at that time?
Deputy Commissioner, Mr. Nigel Hoppy.
Hoppy, Mr. Nigel Hoppy. So, had Mr. Hoppy spoken to you at all?
No, did not.
You had by this time served for several decades in the Guyana police force, correct?
Correct.
And can you tell us very briefly what functions the police special branch carry out within the police service?
Basically, covert operation and VIP security.
And
VIP.
VIP security. Sure.
Mr. Thomas, before your attempt to evict members of the special branch, did you confer with Deputy Commissioner Nigel Hoppy?
No, I did not.
Any particular reason?
Because I was confident that those ranks were from the special branch.
No, well, yes, you knew they were from the special branch, but as to why they were there?
In my own opinion, after this issue with Miss Roxanne Myers, it is my humble opinion that they were in support of war, and Mr. Hoppy would have known that they are there. That's why I didn't contact him
That was just your view. That's your opinion you held at the time.
at the time.
All right. But in his capacity as a deputy commissioner of the special branch, you had no discussion with him
No discussion with him.
as to whether these 8 men were there on his instructions. You
I
did
did
not.
not.
Right. Thank you.
Now, so let me take you back a little bit to the February 2020 meeting. Was Mr. Hoppy a part of that meeting?
No, he was not.
Was any representative of the special branch a part of that meeting?
No, they were not.
During the period of February 2020, when that meeting took place, and election day, was any member of the special branch in contact with you about arrangements for Ashman's building?
No.
Okay, just a second. In particular, did Officer Hoppy at any time during that period contact you with respect to any special arrangements for Ashman's building?
No.
From what you have told us, you were the most senior officer for the district at Ashman's building on the afternoon of that day, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us whether in your assessment of what was occurring there, whether there was any need for the special branch, as you saw it, to be called out?
No, there was no need for the special branch because they were not useful to my operations.
And did you have your own ranks there?
Yes. In my division at the time, there was a special branch operative or agent in my division.
Okay. And was he there at Ashman's?
No, he was not there.
And had you seen the need to call him out to Ashman's?
No, there was no need for me to call him out.
Now, after, well, what did these officers do when they arrived and you saw them in the building?
Immediately, they started to conceal themselves in the building,
When you say conceal themselves, what do you mean?
out of sight.
Did Miss Myers ask them to identify themselves?
No. And they enter the building, get into the top floor in the presence of Miss Myers.
They entered and went to the top floor
Yes.
in the presence of Miss Myers?
Yes.
Well, did Miss Myers then ask them to leave the building?
At no time.
Did she shout at them?
Gary? Gary? Huh?
Revolting.
But it means Gary is close by. Gary, I'm back! Whoa. Oh, hey, Gary. Plankton and I need you to help us find the Krabby Patty formula and fix Bikini Bottom. What do you mean?